We're back on the second channel and I thought I'd give you a little insight to how my weekend is going, and that is starting off with the BMW M5 engine on the floor. I've got to repair that and get it into the BMW M5, which is going to be a mission and a half. Hopefully I can get most of that done today, because tomorrow there's going to be like the first sort of car meet event thing that I'm going to go to this year. I don't know how well it's going to go, but I've got this thing to repair first. And if you look over here, we've got loads of goodies to go on. Even Venturi intakes, we've got downpipes, loads of unnecessary mods that I wanted to do. We've got KW springs, not sure what's in that, not sure what's in that. We've got under trays. In this big, huge box over here, that is a bonnet. And then there should be loads of little boxes kicking around because there's a fair amount of damage here to like the inlet manifold, which if you imagine changing that inside the car, that would be an absolute faff because it's right up against the chassis leg there. So yeah, I'm gonna change that whilst it's out. All this stuff can probably be done inside the car. The water pump is there as well. Maybe I'll do that whilst it's out as well, because there's so many little broken bits and bobs, which I'm gonna have to get round to doing. I'm gonna get cracking on with this, which you'll see on the main channel. And let's fast forward to, I don't know where, we could be anywhere. Here is Hannah's stock room, where we've got all the hoodies very well organised, and Hannah is now packing an order.
An order for Jack Macintosh.
Jack Macintosh, what's in it?
There is a drying towel, a wash mitt and a German jet tag.
Oh yeah, so all the jet tags are here. Got loads of different colours as well. Money pit ones. Oh, these are all money pit ones. Where's Daily? Oh, and then the daily ones are here. And then that's the daily one. And all the cleaning products. It is pretty good.
You want to put it in the bag?
What bag? And then this goes in here.
Yay!
Next. And if YouTube makes working on cars look easy, it's wrong, because this is the time I'm leaving the unit. 2:15 in the morning, car's all frosted, literally no fuel in the Aston, and I'm gonna struggle to get fuel at this time. So hopefully I get back. We're off to the car meet tomorrow, hopefully in the Lambo, I think. And we've got a pizza.
Delicious.
Rate it.
This is the most expensive pizza bench you've ever seen. Let's have a look.
Oh.
Okay, cheese, very stringy. The pepperoni hanging off the edge. Let's give it a try.
Oh, that looks hot. Oh, that looks really hot. Temperature?
Hot. If I'm trying.
At the start of this video, the M5 engine was out. Now the M5 engine is in. You would have seen it on the main channel probably, well, on the last video. But we still haven't sussed out why we're getting no brake pedal, why we can't put it in gear. We have had a video sent to us of a chap managed to put in the M5 in gear whilst the bonnet was up, but then it knocks him straight back out. But we can't even get it to come out of park whatsoever. But what we're trying to do at the minute is get a thumbnail for the main channel. And the thumbnails always work better when they're outside, there's better lighting. So we want to get the car outside to do that. So the only way we're going to be able to do that is to get the car in neutral by putting this zip tie over the little hook. I don't know if you can see it just there, the little lever there. I'm going to zip tie that over it. I'm going to hook that down, and then at least we can get it in neutral, put the wheels on and hopefully get it outside. But we still haven't sussed the brake situation. We're gonna go get a vacuum. We think it's the brakes of why we can't get this car in neutral, but we still don't know. Maybe a lot of you have commented on the main channel video to tell me how I can get the brakes. We might need to use the proper vacuum system to do it, but we will see. We've got no brakes whatsoever. So actually it's gonna be quite sketchy pushing it outside because we've got no brakes. How many times is it gonna slip off? No! Okay, I'm on. No! Okay, I'm on it. The annoying thing is, that's the actual way you're supposed to do this. Zip tight to that. But then when you start pushing the car, doesn't this spin? I'm gonna put one more. One more for safety. Just to hold this lever down. Yes! Okay. Tester. Yeah, boy. Let's get the wheels on. Let's push this thing outside so we can get a nice thumbnail. We've got two possible outcomes on why we can't get this car into drive. One outcome is that it's because the bonnet's not connected, but as I mentioned, we've had a video sent to us of someone being able to get it in drive, but then it dumps it straight out. We can't do that. And the other one is the brake situation. But it's quite weird because to start the car, you need to put your foot on the brake. So it recognises that I am putting my foot on the brake because it lets me start the car. But then to put it in gear, it's telling me to put my foot on the brake. But my foot is on the brake, but it's almost not recognising it. So it's like instead of going off a switch, it's going off a pressure sensor when to put it in gear, which is so weird. I mean, why do they do that? Actually, I can understand why, because if you didn't have any brake fluid in, it wouldn't be the best idea to drive it. So would make sense. But we've obviously bled the brakes the best we can and we still can't get a pedal. So we're obviously doing it wrong. What do we think of these wheels as well? Like, I think they would look nice on the right car. They kind of remind me of like, you know, when you go in Halfords and it was like Wolf Race wheels that you used to get. Remind me a bit of them.
It's
like,
the diamond cut faces as well.
Yeah, like if they were fully black, it might look a bit cooler. I've got no brakes, by the way.
What are you doing down there?
You can't. Oh, I've got drivetrain fault. All this for a thumbnail. Oh wow, it's raining as well. Basically got flooded engine. Okay, right, ready for the thumbnail and it's raining, brilliant. Bearing in mind we haven't got the KWs on the back, it still looks quite low at the back. I actually really like this colour. It doesn't really like pop. You know, if this was satin, it would look absolutely sensational. That's the problem with like M5s, they don't look special, but that could be a good reason for some people to buy it. You don't look like a boy racer, do you? This diffuser's not cool. It needs a big wham carbon one. Right, let me get my bright hoodie on. This is the things to make the thumbnails. We've got all like limited edition bright hoodies with MA stuff on, just to make the thumbnails pop a bit more, because when we have a car which is grey and the floor is also grey, it doesn't really stand out as much on YouTube. So when you spend all that time filming, editing, repairing, voiceovering, finding the music for a video, and then the video doesn't perform that well because your thumbnail isn't great, this is what it comes down to. Here's the thumbnail. And just like that, we're in a completely different country for one reason, and one reason specifically, and that's to see whether car vertical actually does work in over 20 different countries. And believe it or not, it actually does. Check out this. Now, the other reason for us being here, there's a special little clue at the end of this video. But let me show you this car vertical check, which you all should be doing before you buy a car. This one is on a Porsche 911. And on the top you can see it's a green light to show that it's not had any mileage fraud on this car. It's never been recorded as stolen, but there is an amber light showing that this car was in an accident. Also, there's a green light to show that this car doesn't have any outstanding finance on it. When you scroll through the car vertical report, you can see how many times it's had an ownership change, when it's had any maintenance done on the car, and any private registration plates put on or off the car, which is really handy as well when buying a car. Here is the mileage graph, and I can see all the records of the mileage, and you can see whether it's dipped down or dipped up to see any mileage discrepancies. But this is the juicy part about all these car vertical checks, and the one which I tend to look at is the damage section. This car was damaged in 2019, and I can see the actual date it was recorded damaged as well. And what's even better than that, when I scroll through the report, I can see the photos of when this 911, oh my days, when this 911 was auctioned off at the car crash auction website, and I can see the specific damages, the photos of the front, whether the airbags have gone or anything like that. And that is really handy to know if I were to pull the trigger and buy this 911. So if you're buying a car this weekend, next week, or in the future, remember to check it out using Car Vertical. Or perhaps you just want to check your own car out to see if it's had any strange history. You can do that by clicking the link in the description box below, and when you get to the checkout, use code MARK2, and that's going to give you a nice bit of discount, and you can thank me later if I saved you from buying a lemon. Thanks Car Vertical for sponsoring this video. Back to the unit. Right, this video is all over the place. We're now with the Murcielago V12, and we have just hit 1 million subscribers on the main channel. Thank you all so much. If someone said that to me a couple of years ago, like I just wouldn't even believe it. And to be fair, we're en route to do 2 million by the end of the year, which should be even more crazy. So we're just topping each goal bit by bit. 1 million subscribers is absolutely ridiculous. Maybe we'll get the second channel to 1 million.
That's the plan.
Potentially, if we keep uploading. So let me address a few comments on here. The crankcasing, a few of you said, why did I not use RTV sealant? This is all cast aluminium, and in the manual over here, it states we should be using Loctite 518, which is a type of sealant. It's a flange sealant. It's heat resistant. This is what we put on the bottom of the crank casing as well. And this sealant is just designed to fill in all the little imperfections in the cast of the actual block. So it's not like a sealant as such, like an RTV one. It literally just fills in the imperfections, but that should sit nice and flat. I'll take it back if oil does start seeping out of it, but that is what it literally says in the manual. We've just followed the manual, but as we know, Lamborghinis are a bit hit and miss, so it could be wrong, could be right. We'll find out when we put some oil in it and we turn it over, which we will be doing in the next video, hopefully, outside the car. So we're gonna see if we get some oil pressure. But for now, because we're getting so close, 12 fuel injectors here, which instead of buying new ones, these could work no problem at all. These are only Bosch injectors and they're about 40 quid each, but when you're buying 12, it's quite expensive. So instead, what I'm gonna do is take them all off the loom. So we're just taking off these now. What I'm gonna do with all of these is send them to Artec, which are down the road. They will test the pattern of them in their machine, make sure the spray pattern's good, make sure they're all working, and then replace all the seals on. So when we put them in the fuel line on the Murcielago, they should all be running good, and we can't blame any lumpy running on injectors then. But that should save us a fair bit of money. Let me get all these off. The C63 is still not quite finished. We need tracking doing on this car, but I think we need a cold start. Matt, we need a cold start. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Actually sounds quiet.
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
No, maybe this. Right, I'll put it inside. It sounded well, it sounds quite normal today. Can you do that and I'll look under the car? I've not even driven this car and it's broke itself. Ah, I can see there's a control arm there which is a little loose. Wow. Again, because I've not really driven this car, we've not got past the teething stages, but a control arm is loose, that's causing that. Good job of doing this before it gets tracked, but this car doesn't. Will it ever be done? Will it ever be done? We'll get there. We'll get there with you. It's just a bit of a stress. Just realised as well, someone has stolen my Mercedes badge. I'm coming for you. Okay, another comment that we got on the BMW video, I've just put that video up, is saying that the belt is mounted wrong. Well, actually, I thought the same thing, because you would never normally have a ribbed belt that side touching a smooth surface on the water pump, which I found strange, but there isn't really any other way to mount the belt. Contacted BMW to ask them if I've done it right, and it's right. So it's a bit weird, but yeah, I guess this car is weird. I mean, we can't even bleed the brakes, for God's sake. So another thing, obviously we can't get it in gear. That little thing underneath the gearbox, the lever that we use to put it in neutral, I've cut that. But other than that, it's a bit of a mystery. A lot of people haven't seen the GT86 in quite a long time, actually. And well, we use this for like track cars. You've probably not seen it since the last video. Since then, we've wrapped it in like a gloss red, not far off the normal colour the car was. And also now we have bucket seats, we have a different steering wheel. I use it for drifting and everything, so it kind of gets a bit of a beating. But yeah, I thought I might as well show you it in this video, just so all the people that like GT86s can see that mine is still alive and well. And right here is boxes of loads of parts which has just arrived. I'm not going to show you exactly what, but you might just be able to see the branding for a new project car, which requires us to leave the country to go and fix. It's going to be just new levels. I'm taking a massive risk on it. We're actually going tomorrow and we don't even know what to expect yet. But we've got to take all of these parts with us on the plane, so hopefully we can take them, because where we're going, they won't sell us the parts for the car, and that is going to be absolutely amazing. We wanted to do something special for 1 million subscribers, and I wanted to push the channel to the next level. This is going to be absolutely mental. So I guess we'll see you on the next video on the main channel. Wish me luck. See you then.
Could be your alpha, could be your Romeo. Tell them boys back up, I ain't going nowhere. I'ma throw that back up, put it on your story so all your friends see it, everyone can see it. And we going and going.